Hi, rock and rollers. The American and British indie rock snobs of Ars Technica here. Sam Machkovech on the American side. With me is Mark Walton. How are you doing, Mark?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Now, we have both been rocking out with the newest Guitar Hero called Guitar Hero Live, and we thought we'd take an opportunity to talk about what about it is different, if anything. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit surprising. Mark, you've had some time to play with Guitar Hero Live at preview events. It'd be very easy just to say another Guitar Hero and snore, but you haven't done that.
No, not at all. This is a very, very different game. This is what I talk about in the full review, is that whereas Rock Band 4 is very much, that game could have come out 5 years ago and you probably wouldn't have even noticed. Like, it's the same game, and that's fine. It's a great, fun game. But with Guitar Hero Live, they've fundamentally changed the way the game works. They changed the guitar, they changed the way it looks, they changed the DLC. It's a very different game, and it's all the better for it.
What exactly have they changed with the controller, and how's it played out for you?
Yeah, so the new controller, it's a stroke of genius for me, I think anyway. So what they've done is they've got rid of the 5 coloured buttons and they've put 6 buttons on there, but in 2 rows of 3. So you've got a row by the headstock of the guitar. So you've got 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. And what that essentially allows them to do is program in basic chord shapes. So they're sort of a bit like the ones you get on a real guitar, but it's also more difficult for people that were really good at Guitar Hero in the first place, because now you have to relearn and try and spread notes across 2 different sets of buttons. When I went to visit the studio, one of the things they told me was that they specifically designed the hardware in order to feel quite familiar to existing Guitar Hero players. So essentially the body shape's kind of the same size, and most importantly the buttons are spaced the same way. But what kind of bugs me about the hardware is, although it looks lovely, it's got a nice wood effect, it doesn't look so much like a toy anymore, which I really like. But the buttons themselves, they're still just as hard to push down as before. I do wish that they just made them a little easier, so you could lightly sail through songs rather than have to really push.
And the problem for anybody who doesn't like the new guitar is currently you're sort of stuck. Activision has created a brand new set of buttons, which means any of your old guitars from all 5 zillion Guitar Hero and Rock Band games are no good. So, new system or bust. In addition to the new hardware, the way the game plays, they've definitely tried a different tack, and I wanted to see what you thought of the use, instead of computer-generated crowds and sort of images of like a fake concert done with computers, it's all video. It's all been recorded on film.
When I saw this the first time, I thought, this just looks totally rad, it looks awesome, and more importantly, it looks new, it looks modern, right? It's the sort of thing you would expect to see from a modern game. But oddly enough, people pointed out to me that, it's sort of a weird harking back to old FMV games, which I can kind of see their point, but the way it's been done and the way it's been filmed just looks so sharp and so modern. I love it. I think it's great. I think the way people look at you and they stare into your soul, man. You're like, you screwed up. You've totally messed up that last passage, and when it goes and switches into the bad thing, and it's real people looking at you, you do feel quite bad. The bands themselves, so they're sort of themed, right? You've got a kind of emo-ish band, a metal band, like the girl band. And the thing with that is, the songs that they play then have to all sort of fit roughly within their look, which means they're not organised by difficulty anymore. They're organised by sort of genre and sound. And that means when you're playing a set with one band, the song difficulty can range from very easy, and then the third song will just be ridiculously hard. The difficulty curve isn't as smooth as it was in the old Guitar Hero games, because I think they've been constrained by trying to, keep it so thematically correct.
There's a whole nother chunk of the game that connects to the cloud, connects as a sort of always-on channel.
Guitar Hero Live and Guitar Hero TV. And within Guitar Hero TV, there are 2 music video channels, Guitar Hero 1 and Guitar Hero 2. And the idea behind this is that it's a total replacement for DLC. Okay, so you won't be able to go to a store and buy the latest Iron Maiden track to play in Guitar Hero. Essentially what you're doing is tuning into an MTV style channel that just has a playlist of videos that it cycles through, different shows themed for different things. There's when I played it, there's a pop show, a metal show, a grunge show, all that kind of stuff. and you can just play along. You play along to the music videos. It's very cool. They've got this whole like leaderboard set up, so you know when you play, you can see what rank you are.
They take the original, often MTV videos, whether it's Buddy Holly by Weezer or it's a new ZZ Top video. What you end up with is this ability to just turn your controller off or put it in the corner and let the station play songs in the background. MTV essentially only play reality TV now. So this is as much as a music station as anybody has had for music videos other than leaving YouTube on all day. If you want to be an expert on a single song, you have to continually pay for that, or you can pay in, there's a flat fee, I know in the United States it's $6, to have a 24-hour party play session where you can just unlimited pick whatever songs you want, play them over and over and over. So I feel like what they're really doing with this DLC model is they're hewing away from the expert who loves certain songs and wants to play them over and over, and hewing more towards the party play, where it's a bunch of people who want to play a bunch of different songs and not become experts at them.
Yeah, I think for 90% of the people out there, it's going to be brilliant. Ultimately, this is the way games are now. You know, they are, despite what everyone might think, particularly in the core gaming community, you know, about it, is that games are going towards these more freemium-ish sort of models. Not to say that you can't not spend money, you do earn stuff in the game. I haven't quite figured out how long it takes you to earn stuff yet. I'm only like level 12 on a Guitar Hero TV, but it's not too bad. I think they pitched it well.
I think ultimately, especially for people who just want a ton of songs, you are going to get more content out of paying once for this set than I think you would for any of the other Guitar Hero or Rock Band releases that have ever come. I'm totally into it, and it sounds like you are as well.
Yeah, I think it's a killer game, man, and I think, you know, for me, it's the one to get out of the two games. If I had to go buy a rhythm game right now, I would absolutely get Guitar Hero Live.